you never know if you're gonna make it, obviously, but like if you feel like you got talent and stuff, you might as well pursue it. I mean, at least so you can say you did and not have any regrets later on where you're like, oh, what might have, like what could have happened if I actually did this. And that was kind of like the thoughts in my head.
Crowds start gathering when I start rapping. Throughout the east, south, west, and north. Crowds start gathering when I start rapping. That's cause the beats is not straight classic.
Started with watching New York vids, state of mind amplified, but what tune scored it was Big L with school days. We lit L's and blue haze. Parents just couldn't dispel our crude ways, but in the mix, welcome the new phase. Was no longer a stranger to the chambers of Wu-Tang, totally bugged by ODB's buzz and stage presence.
I've always been like into writing and wanted to write something, like whether that be lyrics or like books or like essays or something. Just wanted that outlet to express myself. Never really thought that hip-hop would have been that outlet for obvious reasons, but yeah, like the connection I had with hip-hop when I heard it and then started kind of trying it out, I don't know, just like you get that different euphoric feeling. It was like a different level in comparison to like if I just wrote like an essay or like wrote like a diary entry or something like that. Like writing a hip-hop verse for some reason just got that, like it's like that first high that you're always chasing, like that first verse that you write, you're like, oh man, like figuring this out was like really cathartic, and you just get this different feeling, and you're always trying to chase that.
He loves wordplay, and he loves to get as many words as possible in a couple lines.
He really absorbs information pretty like in a deeper way than most people, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. And he thinks about everything that he reads or that he watches, like watching TV, and then he'll hear the word like steez. I remember this, like one of my favorite lines from him is like, I'm easily the steeziest, most mischievous cheese receiver. Like that's the sickest line ever, right? And he thought of that because he heard the word steez.
You feel like you've heard it before. Like, oh, that line, I've heard that kind of line before. Oh, I've heard that flow before. Oh, I've heard that rhyme scheme before. I've heard that entire punchline before. And like my goal is like when it comes to writing stuff, whether it be like a storytelling track or, I'm in a cypher with 5 other MCs and the goal is to have the best verse. I want to say things that you have never heard before. And so I'm constantly seeking out, all right, what's a punchline that has never been said? So this word's been used before, like a word like prophecy, like I'll get obsessed with one word. And then I'm like, right, how many ways can I put this? How can I fit this in here? And then the rhyme scheme stuff, but then also within that, you're like, I also want some like literary devices in there too. Like, how can I use a metaphor with this? And then how can I, keep that going for 5 other bars?
Duck fast, your luck's lacking a source. When I rush past, get smacked till blood splat in the floor. Gut slashed by the sword that I just smacked through the boards. Cut you in dove sacks, get the puff passing your corpse. Absorb this engineering that breeds omega. From this venom serum, I'm a freak and nature no treaty. Savior spirits I seek to take the meat, the maker. Peers can exceed my get into base the scoundrel type as stockpiles ignite. My top prowess a blight to knock challengers might. Shock wild and strike till you lost balance just like. Cannot salvage your light with these top balance I write. Trying to decipher strike, space my insight. Sight shining bright, this is life in a new zeitgeist, antichrist psych. A common known fact, I'm solid, go ask the chap with his collarbone cracked.
I don't see many people work every single day at their art. And that includes me. I don't do it. Like there's days that I'm just like, I'm too lazy. I don't see the point, like all that crap. Shane, I don't think has a day like that, truly. And it almost scares me sometimes, like, and in a good way, in a funny way. I'm just kind of like, how is someone this like almost mechanical? Like they're like a fucking robot. It's crazy. How do you sit down and have the discipline to do this every single day? And he never gets tired of it. He seems to just love it more every single day.
A lot of our collaboration, Shane and I, has been with me being on the West Coast. I'm 3 hours behind, right? So he stays up super late. that guy. You know, he's working on all hours. I don't know fully what he's doing, but it's probably something to do with rap or hip hop or looking into, you know, lyrics or making his own music. I'll message him at like fucking 1 a.m. local time, and he'll still be out messaging me at 3 or 4 a.m. He's the definition of a student of the game, you know, like to a level that I couldn't even understand, that I could only try to reach. With Shane, he knows his stuff down to the roots about artists and the origins of hip hop, where it came from. You know, the guy is very, you know, he studied it, it feels like, and that was very inspiring for me. And a part where I felt like I could come in and really learn from his education.
What I find to be like the true core of hip hop is the kind that, you know, puts the writer's perspective at the center of it. Like, so when you listen to Nas Illmatic, like the beats are sick, the beats are dope, but really their job is to just kind of build like a foundation for the lyricist to kind of do his thing, and he's the center of attention. Like a lot of hip hop these days, like the modern stuff is just like it focus on the beat, and then the artist is kind of like the supporting actor to that beat. Like, but I just liked how it was just kind of like putting the writer and the lyricist at the center.
My subject matter can be cut with your weekend coat. Sneaking those noses just to grow quick to a lethal dose. Stoking a kid's hypnosis till they're sleeping slow. Praying naive till they're fading and dry, heaving choke. Find traces of me, an addict's vomit. Turn their mind state to a fried egg and catatonic effects. Surpassing chronic, not less than that, I promise. You see some more premature epitaphs and coffins in the systems of...
With Shane, he's actually a pretty laid back dude. Like, very relaxed, very like I don't think I've ever heard him really yell, like maybe once or twice in my entire life. But you listen to his music and it's pretty aggressive. And so there's something definitely inside. And I was very proud of him that he didn't want to be somebody that he wasn't.
I appreciate, you know, hip hop culture a lot, just for like what it's done for me personally, and obviously as like a creative thing. I appreciate what it contributes to like art in general. You know, kind of helped in like personal development in a lot of ways. Because I don't think if it wasn't for hip hop, I don't know if I'd be like as comfortable in my own skin as I am now, kind of thing. I want to make a meaningful contribution to it, kind of just to kind of in a way to like kind of express like how grateful I am for it.
Whenever I'm getting on a song with Shane, I know I have to bring an A+ effort, 100%. Because he goes hard. Because he goes hard, man.
When you get respect from other rappers, especially other rappers that, you know, their pen game that you respect, it's just, you know, it just the feeling of that is great, because, you know, it's acknowledgement from your peers. The relationships that I'm describing, like, there's not much ego there. And there's not a lot of room for ego to kind of come in and, you know, create any sort of like tension or disconnect or anything like that. And that's just because we all love this thing the same way. My goal every time is to destroy it and, you know, put myself in a position where no one can ever say that someone had a better verse.
Yeah, it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like this. C-Tiz, yeah. From as soon as they rise until the curtains close, can conclude I'll abide by the murder code. On future shit hide, so when the proof approach, they come and watch it then hollers. God sent MC, fly, get infantry, augmented me through authenticity. Raw love brought your misery, opposition, I to witness me. Drop a mix of either rock in the mob and Rick I breed. Train the thought on slots to launch and hit MCs with waves of shock that drop and cause a split of seas. Came and saw the top and conquered crippled teams and laid the law for props. I'm competition free. When my mind wanders, I quantify 5 qualities of a shine shot.